Hello. Today we'll be covering two separate injury case studies and rehabilitation exercises for each respective case study. The first case study we'll be covering is a university level sprinter who has suffered a grade 2 bicep femoris strain. The bicep femoris runs across two joints, one at the hip and one at the knee. It originates on the posterior of the pelvis and inserts on the posterior of the tibia, meaning that its two jobs are hip extension and knee flexion. Knowing this makes it very easy to rehab the hamstring, but it's also very important to understand that in the early stages of rehab, our goal is to strengthen and reduce pain for our patient. We can accomplish this by building strength in the limited range of motion using isometric exercises, as shown through a journal about hamstring rehabilitation in track and field athletes conducted by Ben McDonald and colleagues, where they state, "We advocate using high-load isometrics, particularly in injuries when pain and disability are greater." This is because in an isometric movement, there is contraction, but there is no actual lengthening of the tissue. Hello. Today we're going to be demonstrating an isometric single leg hamstring curl. My athlete here has suffered from a grade 2 hamstring strain, so this will be one of our rehab exercises. Now, are you comfortable proceeding with this? Yes. Let me show you first. So the main clear supports for this, you're going to be laying on your stomach, trying to keep your body straight, trying to stay stiff. Can you keep it moving down? Thank you. So I'm putting it on my right leg. Okay, since you injured your left leg, put it on the left. Okay. So lay down flat, curl. Yep. Just from the knee. So just straight flexion. Put it around. Alright. And you're just holding. Okay, I want you to hold for 20 seconds. 20. Ready. Alright. It's okay, remember to put it on your left leg. I want you to hold it for 20 seconds, okay? You ready? Yep. Alright. Put your leg up higher. No. Knee down. Right there. You ready? Yeah. Okay. If it's too much tension, just scoot down a bit. A progression for the isometric single leg hamstring curl presented would be an eccentric Nordic hamstring curl. Now I'll demonstrate for you, Kane. You might hold the back of my ankles. So you're going to start on your knees in an upright position. Try to think about having your hips forward. Hold my ankles down. And then you're going to try to control your weight on the way down. Like that. I just want you to do two of them, okay? Now, think about bracing. As my patient is able to progress to eccentric and isotonic exercises, I would progress them to an eccentric Nordic hamstring curl. The Nordic has been proven time and time again to be a very beneficial movement when it comes to strengthening the hamstring eccentrically, which has been proven to help curb the high re-injury rate of hamstrings, which can be up to 60%. A study on the preventative effects on hamstring injuries in soccer players came to the conclusion that the Nordic may not help reduce the severity of hamstring injuries. When incorporated regularly, though, they can reduce the frequency of hamstring injuries. This is because of the eccentric role the hamstring plays while sprinting. See, the hamstring eccentrically contracts while sprinting to slow down knee extension and make sure there's not overextension. During this, there's a lot of force coming down on the hamstring eccentrically, so it needs to be very strong in that position, which the Nordic can recreate. My next progression is an isotonic RDL. I chose an isotonic RDL for my late phase rehab because by that point, your patient should be able to go through full ranges of motion in late phase and you're getting closer to a return to play. So you're going to want to build strength throughout the full range of motion. And the RDL is a very great hinge movement that strengthens the bicep femoris. A very simple regression for a single leg isometric band hamstring curl would just be to use a lighter band. Now, you would need to do this if the person does not have enough strength to hold that isometric with a heavy band, or if there's too much pain, you could use a lighter band also. but it's very beneficial to have regressions in place just in case your patient is incapable of doing the exercise you plan them to do. A regression exercise for a single leg isometric hamstring curl would just be using a lighter band. So can we come I'm just going to demonstrate one more time. So lay down your stomach. Make sure you're not moving from your hip, only from your knee joint. So just curl your leg up. Yep. And I'll just make sure to hold for 20 seconds. Your next to it. Up through. Okay. I'll put the band on the okay. Okay. Put your left leg up. There you go. Good. Good. That's good. Now let's say, for instance, you don't have access to a secondary band that's lighter or heavier, or a progression even. A simple regression for a single leg isometric band hamstring curl would just be to use two legs, because as a single leg movement, it becomes a lot more challenging because there's more load on that single leg and also more need to stabilize. So when you make it a double leg movement, you take some of the load off of that injured leg also, while also making it more stable.